Hey vinyl community, how's everybody doing today? Well, I thought I'd do a shot outside, have you enjoy the goodness of the day. Still chilly, but anyway, got my jacket on, my turtleneck, and we're talking ironically about this album. 45 was put out today, so cast your minds back a little bit to February 21st, 1966. This 45 was put out. Front back, here you go. Just kind of showing you that quickly. But yeah, that was put out today. And now we're talking about this album, Rubber Soul, the Beatles album that was up. This is an incredible album. Oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to do this, because this album, this is just an unbelievable album. The Beatles really turned corners with this. I was listening to my history of rock and roll, and they said Rubber Soul was absolutely a turning point for the Beatles, because no longer were they doing just cutesy little love songs about girls and all that kind of stuff. It was getting deeper, like Drive My Car and In My Life, which I think is an absolute fantastic song, and it's kind of been kind of like the anthem of songs now. Just fabulous song, that one. All right, I'll show you the pressing on this. This is my, so I get it right, my American pressing of, handling the vinyl, Rubber Soul. Next up, another copy of Rubber Soul. Got to move along kind of quickly though. And this is this copy. It's a French copy. And this was a kind of a limited edition copy that kind of came out. So I can get that in there. Kind of a limited edition, as you can see the sticker up there. That's a limited edition one that came out, and that's still sealed, by the way. Then there was this one that, you know, is fairly recent with the re-releases and all that kind of stuff. And this is in the stereo. And I've opened this one, and this is the regular Parlophone one, which was done for the stereo, which is kind of fun and great. Next copy is the high fidelity ones with the band up here. One thing I also wanted to point out, wasn't it cool the way they did this on 3 of the albums? I mean, here's 3 different pressings and the different color variations that you get in the word Rubber Soul. That's kind of neat, you know, American one as opposed to the French one, and this one. And this I've cleaned a couple times, and it is just absolutely superb sound quality. I like this probably better than the remastered one I just showed you, which, you know, came out. I think these sound better. I think these are just so much nicer than the other ones. But anyway, this is kind of Beatle Brad's pick. That was kind of my favorite. Okay, now for my next one, as we got a loud vehicle driving by. A still sealed copy of Rubber Soul from Uruguay. That is a Uruguay pressing. Still sealed. And then I've kind of talked about this from time to time, this box set. And this has got, let's see if I can get it in here. Rubber Soul is on this. And this is the Rubber Soul CD. And that is got the stereo and mono. So if you can't really, you really don't have a turntable and you can't afford to buy vinyl, and I understand, so the CD is a great way to go. The neat part about this, as I've described before, this CD has the false beginning, and they pulled it. So the first copies, very first copies of this box set that came out, does have the mistake, but then they pulled it and then they remastered it, or not remastered it, but re-released it, and then it came back out and they took out the false start of I'm Looking Through You, which is kind of neat. But, you know, I like the false beginning. Next up, 45 from France, c'est Beatles. And let's see, I'll give you the song titles of that. It's kind of a little windy here, so I'm trying to grab stuff and hold on to it without it flopping all over the place. Hopefully I won't lose it in the midst of doing this, but it's cold. It's cold. That's why I got my rubber sole jacket on. We're doing rubber sole and still having fun doing that. Next one is from Mexico. Oops, kind of slung that, didn't I? That's Mexico. And just kind of putting this is kind of the picture color period and stuff. This is UK. Just thought I'd put this one in for fun. There's the backing on that for that one. And this is kind of neat. This is a EP. But such an incredible album. I mean, they just really started going crazy with this album, and this album really changed over the Beatles from being little mop tops to actually people started taking more notice of their music, of how they were starting to come forward and bring in real incredible songs in the album. I'm getting tongue-tied here, but anyway, for collectors, this is kind of a good one. This is a good CD. It's got a lot of tracks. Anyway, get that in there. That's a neat picture. But yeah, that's kind of a fun one as well. But anyway, that's just a few things I'm just kind of showing right now for today for the Beatles' Rubber Soul album. And thank you very much for everybody watching. Thank you for being a part of my channel. Thank you very much for subscribing and being a part. Don't want that to blow away. Thank you for being a part of the channel and subscribe. Let me know what you thought of Rubber Soul and the whole Beatle thing of this album. I've got a lot more to come, a lot more good stuff coming out. So let me know what you think. And as I say, vinyl community, I am out of here. Take care, and we'll talk to you later.